purpose of this video is to demonstrate how to create an assessment on Illuminate. So once you have logged into Illuminate, go to Assessments and click on Create a New Assessment. It'll then give you 3 options and the different kinds of assessments that you can create. So if you want to create an assessment on the fly where you want to make up your own questions manually and then have kids scan in their answer sheets so you can get a quick picture of how your students are doing, you would click on the fly, create an assessment on the fly. Once you have clicked on the fly, you want to enter how many questions are in your assessment. So let's say that there are 5 questions in your assessment, then you would click OK. It will then take you automatically to the scan answer key page, and here's where you want to either scan in your key or you want to put here what the correct answers are. So let's say this is A, B, etc., whatever the correct answers are for each question. And then you can scan the student responses and it'll give you a quick report on how students did on those particular questions that you created. So when you do a test on the fly, you're not pulling questions from the question item bank in Illuminate. You're just creating your own questions. The other assessment that I'd like to show you how to create is the item bank assessment. So you click on item bank and then click OK. It'll then give you different kinds of assessments that you can do from the item bank. For this instructional purpose, I'm just going to show you how to create an assessment in standard mode. So you click on Assessment Standard Mode, and this will allow you to pull questions from the item bank, which is public. Then click Next. You then want to give your assessment a name. So I'm just going to put Math Chapter 5 Quiz 1. And then you can give it a description if you'd like to. And then you could also tag it. That would help you, that may help you to find it when you're looking to give it again. And subject, we'll put math. And then you go ahead and hit create. So this is where you can get specific as to the standards that you want to assess. So what standards are you assessing? You can click on the Common Core standards here, mathematics, and the grade that you're looking to assess. You can then click in standard keywords, for example, inequalities or whatever it is that you're looking to assess. So I'll put, let's see, expressions and equations. And as you can see, the Common Core state standards that popped up are here, CCSM.MA 8.8 EE Grade 8 Mathematics, and there's 637 items. So you can get very, very specific here. And so the way in which you do that is you click on 637 items, and this is the standard that will be addressed. If you look over here to the right, it tells you what the number of standards that you're going to be addressing in this particular assessment. So the next thing that you do is you click on it continued if you have selected all of the standards that you want to select. So you could go back up here and you could enter in another domain and you could search for other standards, but for this instructional purpose, we'll go ahead and just work on the one standard. Then you click on continue if you're ready to go. So this is where you can filter your item bank even more narrow. You can so you don't have all 637 of those questions that are available. So here's the standard that we selected. And the different item banks you can either select on Public, EduThink, Inspect, SBAC, or RUSD School District. Different questions in the item bank that RUSD has come up with. So for these purposes, I'm just going to click on Inspect. And then with or without passages, you can click on that. I'm going to go and say with or without passages. If you just want passages, you can click here. If you do not want passages, you can click there. And so there's all different kinds of filters that you can enter. So then once you have selected the appropriate filters, you then click Continue again. So now you want to click on Add Items up here at the top. Come down, and it's going to now allow you to search for questions in the item bank specific to the filters that you set into place. So if you click down, all of the questions that met the criteria pertaining to the filters that you created are now available. So as you can see, there are 637 still questions pertaining to this particular standard. This means that it's multiple choice. This means that this question can be taken on paper and pencil, and this means that this question is available in the online mode. Here's your standard. So if you hover over that, it'll tell you what the standard is that's being addressed. And so once you have gone through the questions, obviously you wouldn't go through all 637 questions, but once you have determined that that is a question that you want to add to your quiz, you would click on Add. So I'm just going to add just like the first 3 just for training purposes. Okay, and then you'll see here that you've added 3 items to your quiz. 3 are multiple choice, 3 different standards, and 0 passages. Then hit Continue. And then once you're done looking to make sure that the questions that are listed here, so we did 3 questions, that they're all there. You can also rearrange the questions in a different order if you want to by selecting, let's see, and you can rearrange the different questions. Let's see, it's not letting me pull them. So then you can go to Overview here, and it'll tell you what you have. So this is actually where you can move the different questions if you want to. So let's say you want number 1 to go down here and be number 3. You can move them accordingly. If you want to add a section and add more questions, you can click here and you can add more questions. So then you want to, after you have the questions that you want and you have them in the order that you want, you can click on Booklet. And this is where you can, if you're going to do the paper copy, this is where you can change the font, the spacing, the different ways in which the test will look. Full page, half page, however it is that you want. And then you would click on Generate. And then after you've done that, then you click on the Publish button. And I'm not going to click Publish because once you click Publish, then the assessment becomes an official Illuminate test. And so this is just for instructional purposes, so I'm not going to do that. Okay. So if we were to click on Generate, and then it'll ask you if you want to download it. It'll be a PDF. And then you can download it and actually look at the assessment if you'd like to. This is what it would look like based on the different criteria that I wanted the test to look like. So I wanted it to be on one side, the spacing, the font, etc. So then again, what you do is at the very, very end, you click Publish, and then you will be done. So if you have any other questions, please let me know.